guys, it's Charity from ALoopandAHook, and today I wanted to film a video about my nursing school experience, whatever happened with it. I've been getting a lot of questions about this, and honestly it's been something I've kind of been avoiding talking about for a year and a half because like everything that happened with it. So I initially started having interest in going to nursing school about 5-6 years ago when I first joined the emergency squad. At the time, that was pre-COVID. I thought that was a good direction for me to go with my life, a career, something like that. I could really, where I could show care to people, and I'm just a naturally very caring person, and at that time, that was the way that I thought I could best show care to people. So it took me 2 years to get into nursing school. So at 16 I had applied to get into nursing school and they had denied me, said wait another year, work on your prereqs, things like that. Pretty much solidify your application for nursing school and reapply next year and we'll probably let you in. So I did that. I got a few more classes done in that time, like AMP1, psychology, English composition, classes like that. Finished those over that 6-month time span before reapplying again. And I reapplied again, had to rewrite an essay, all the steps that went into applying the first time. I did that and they accepted me, which I was super excited about. They accepted me like a few weeks before COVID hit. So at that point I was still thought that was the best way for me to show care to people, to really have a ministry to people and care for them. And then COVID hit and I started school. I absolutely love nursing school. There was nothing about it I didn't love. And if you ask people who knew me at the time, they would say I was stressed out, which I know was true. But overall, looking back, it was a super positive experience. I loved my classmates. I loved working with them. I loved going to clinical. I loved labs. I loved working with the patients, the instructors. Everybody at the school that I went to was amazing. They were phenomenal. They really took my best interest in learning to heart. Overall, I absolutely loved nursing school. That being said, there were some things that I didn't like there were lots of mandates that were getting put on nurses at the time. And while I was in clinical, I was seeing how short-staffed the nursing field is, and while I felt called to help there per se, for me, I knew that I could not handle the stress. I could not be in a good place myself and be that stressed between work and personal life and everything like that. So I had some apprehensions going into the second semester just because of the staffing shortages and what I had seen in the first semester. Even though I absolutely loved school, I loved learning, I loved everything about it, I was getting good grades, I was really excelling at the course, I still was apprehensive about the amount of coursework that was going into it, as I think any student is who goes into nursing school, because of how everyone talks about their nursing school experience as it's stressful and you don't have a personal life, you don't have time, you're literally doing school all the time. You're working in clinicals, you're doing labs, you're at school doing theory hours, and then on top of that you're studying. And Mom and Dad would confirm this. I was stressed out. It was a lot. There were lots of nights where I was up until 2-3 in the morning just finishing paperwork so that it got in on time and was submitted. Other than that, I absolutely loved school. School was amazing. It was great. Like I've said, it was something that I honestly look back on and say I had an amazing experience doing that. So I finished the second semester, flying colors. I was set to be in honor society in the fall year. I had everything set for the fall semester. But over the course of the summer, my heart kind of got a little less into it. More for the reasons of, like I had said, the mandates, the short staffing. I didn't feel like it was as much of my calling anymore as that could be as much of a ministry outreach. It was more of I was going to work in a hospital, and I felt like that was limiting me. So it might have been a bad overall attitude on my part just over the course of the summer. I really enjoyed my free time, even though I was still taking general education classes throughout the summer. I had so much more free time, and I was working more at the library at that time, and I just was enjoying not being stressed out so much, to the point where when I was in school I was having migraines almost daily that were almost debilitating, and I just enjoyed being more relaxed, less stressed, and that. And between that and feeling like my calling wasn't as much of nursing anymore, I went into the third semester, so my second year, and after the first day, I knew it was something my heart wasn't in at that point. So they were super nice about it. They let me drop out, full refund for all of my classes, everything like that. And I said I would think about it for a year and kind of enjoy my time, give it a year break, because they allowed you in the RN program that I was in to take a year off if you needed it. And so I told them I'll take a year, I'll think about it, and you'll probably end up seeing me back in the next year. And they were good with that. I left on good terms with them, everything like that. And over the course of that year, I did more with photography. I worked at a bakery. I got a lot more experience working with customers, direct service, and I knew that that was something I more wanted to get into, not as much nursing. And I don't know how to really explain it, but I just kind of knew that nursing wasn't my calling, and it was what it was. I did end up reapplying to get in the next semester, and they allowed me to come back in, but at that point I just completely dropped out of the program for no other reason other than my heart wasn't in it. I didn't feel like that was my good way to serve, and I knew I couldn't deal with the stress of being a nurse on top of all that. Plus, at that time, I had my EMT license, and I was able to, I felt like I was being more of service working in EMS, where I had more of the shorter duration of patient contact, where I was able to help someone and then get them to a hospital where doctors and nurses could take care of them. That was something that I felt more called to. I also took up home care nursing, where I was more of a home health aide instead of a nurse, but I had that basic knowledge of nursing from the first 2 semesters of nursing school, which really helped me a lot. Between the home care nursing and health aide work that I was doing and working at the squad, I felt like that was more of my calling, where I could be more in a patient's home and working with them one-on-one for a more extended period of time, instead of being in a hospital setting where I was going to be jumping from patient to patient, having maybe 8 patients in a day and not having much contact with them. I wanted something with more long-term contact, and for me, getting my RN was not what I felt a calling to do. So I have dropped out of the nursing program, and honestly, it has been one of the best decisions I have made. For me, it allowed me to have time to build a relationship with Colin, who's now my husband, and I completely could say we would not be married at this point if I was still in nursing school, because I would still be trying to finish up my courses now. So honestly, I couldn't imagine my life if I had decided to go back to nursing school and actually finish my degree. While I know that some people might not understand the reasoning, this just felt like something that at the time God was showing me, that even though I hadn't made my plans, He had better plans, and I can't argue with that. When I had dropped out of nursing school and like I knew I was done with it, I did work at the bakery for a year, and then with that job situation, I decided that I wanted to go back to school. I wanted to get an associate's degree just so I had a degree to fall back on in case anything ever were to happen. And through much exploring, I was able to find a photography program, which I am enrolled in, and that has been a lot of fun. I have really enjoyed that. Been really enjoying being able to capture moments between people that I don't think I could have or would have had the knowledge to do that before. So that has been really good. I'm almost done with that program now. I should be graduating within the next 4 or 5 months, which I am super, super excited about, just to be kind of like done with college for a little while until I see what, like, I'm just like super, super excited about being done with college for a little while and kind of just taking a break, not having to worry about having assignments and deadlines and papers to write and pictures to take. And it's not that I don't love pictures, but I want to be, when I feel like artistic and I feel inspiration, that's when I want to do it. I don't want to like be forced into it for assignments, because I feel like that doesn't really show the true artistic side of me, that when I feel artistic and feel like taking pictures, that does. So that's just an update on things that have been going on with college, with nursing school, and everything like that. So with all that being said, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I know it's a lot of different information. So that being said, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it took me like a year and a half to get to the point to film this video. It's just something that I've kind of been dreading telling people about, because to me it feels like I let people down, but I have to do what's right for me, and overall I am extremely happy with the situation that I am in now, and I can't wait to get started with a photography business and starting everything like that. So thank you all for watching this video, and have a great rest of your day.